Lengthening through your spine. Just take your hands to your knees. Roll your shoulders up towards your ears and exhale, relax them down your back. Take big breaths in and out. And start to notice the noises around you. Start to take your awareness outside of your body. Notice the sound of the rain. Notice the temperature of the room that you're in. And then start to bring your awareness inward. Focusing on how you're showing up this morning, how your body feels. Take 5 more rounds of breath. Really inhaling in and out of your nose, or breathing in and out of your nose. Inhaling deep, exhaling long. Allowing your chest to rise and fall. And on that last exhale, take an inhale, reach those arms up as high as you can, up towards the ceiling. And exhale, we're just going to tip it over to the right. Still staying in your seated position, lengthening through that side body. Trying to relax your left hip down. Inhale, reach it back to center. And exhale, switch sides. Inhale, bring it back up. And exhale, you can separate those hands, just reach them up towards the ceiling. Reach them up nice and wide. And we're going to exhale, go down to one side. And then around in front, over to the opposite. And bring it all the way back up. So imagine that you're holding onto a big beach ball and we're just rocking and rolling around in a circle. Notice how this makes your spine feel, the sides of your spine. You're just really trying to stretch out your lower back, your side body, bring it all the way around. And when you get up sitting tall, maybe open up a little bit and go back. Take 2 more rounds here. And we are going to switch sides. Switching whenever you're ready. If you can think about it, just switch the direction that you were going before. And it doesn't really matter if your hands are up straight or if they're down or a little floppy. We're really focusing on your lower back, your lower spine. Just trying to create that space there. Take 2 more rounds. And back up. Last one, reach it up high, relax those arms back behind you. I know those shoulders probably got tired. Interlace your fingers Open up your chest, gaze up towards the ceiling. Relax your hands to your sides, just give them a little shake out. And then we're going to come out onto our mats in a tabletop position. I want to continue opening up our shoulders this morning before we get started, so we're going to take a few comfortable poses. I want you to ground down into your left hand on your mat. Inhale, reach and lengthen that right arm up. And exhale, thread it through your left hand and your left knee. Come down onto that shoulder. Thread the needle pose. And if you want to reach that opposite hand out in front towards the front edge of your mat, you can. That'll create a little bit extra length in your side body that we were just working on. Or you can reach that hand up and take it behind you to wrap it behind your back. If you want to focus more on opening up your shoulder. But just relax that ear down towards the mat. Keep with the big breaths. Just creating some more space. On your last exhale, unravel that arm, bring it out. Take it down onto the mat. Inhale, unravel, reach up. Exhale, switch sides. Take that hand down onto the mat. Opposite hand reaches up. Exhale, thread that hand through your hand and your knee. Come down onto your shoulder. And same thing on this side, either reaching that opposite hand out to the front edge of your mat, or you can wrap it behind your back to open up your shoulder. Taking big breaths here. Maybe shifting your tailbone back towards the wall behind you to create some more length in your spine. And then last exhale, release that hand from behind your back or bring it back down onto the mat. Inhale, unravel, reach up nice and high. Exhale, hand to the mat. Now taking and sinking into a child's pose, sink your sit bones back down towards your heels, reach your hands out in front of you on the mat. Relax your head down towards the mat. Again, opening up those shoulders here, I want you to take the finger pads down onto the mat and lift the palms of your hands up off of the mat. And allow your shoulders, your chest, your head to sink down. And check in with your spine here. Notice how your spine feels. Notice if there's one side or a spot that might be stuck and you want to try to work out this morning. Continuing to take big inhales and exhales to breathe into those spaces. Taking the palms, flatten them down onto the mat. And we're gonna roll into an upward facing dog. So from your child's pose here, ground down into your hands. Inhale, roll up into a tabletop. Take the waist down towards the mat. Open up your chest, upward facing dog. Exhale, take it back to your child's pose. We're going to do 3 more of those. Inhale, roll up to a table, take the waist down, open up your chest, gaze up. Exhale back, child's pose. Inhale, roll up dog. Exhale back, child's pose. Last one, inhale, roll up, upward facing dog. Exhale back, child's pose. Reach those hands and fingers out once again, and this time lift up into your downward facing dog. Take and bend into either knee here in your downward facing dog. Walk the dog a little bit or shake your hips side to side. Again, really just noticing how your body feels this morning and what your body needs. And same thing as last week, I said we're not all together. We don't see each other. Do whatever you want. If something feels like it might feel better your way, take it your way. Just notice and check in with what your body needs. Take a few more inhales and exhales. Inhale, roll up onto the balls of your feet. Exhale, take the heels down. Inhale, roll up. Exhale, place them down. One more time, inhale. And exhale. Gaze forward towards your hands, bend your knees, step or hop the feet forward towards your hands. Inhale, look up halfway. Pull those lower ribs in, reach through the top of your head, ground down and out into your feet. Exhale, fold over top of those legs. Inhale, reach and rise, come all the way back up. Exhale, take the hands to your sides, come back into your standing mountain pose. And to get grounded here this morning, ground down into those feet and let's lift those toes up, pressing into the four corners of our feet. And exhale, take those toes down. Feel like you're gripping the mat with your feet. Two more breaths. Inhale, reach your hands up. Exhale, lengthen and fold forward. Inhale, look up halfway. Exhale, fold, hands to the mat, step your feet back, come into your high plank and hold here. Pull those lower ribs in, feel like you're rounding out your upper back as you press your hands down into the mat and round out. Inhale, gaze forward, lower down slowly into your chaturanga, hold your chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Take a few breaths here in your downward facing dog. Let's continue to warm up before we get started. Gaze back towards your thighs or your knees. Pull those lower ribs in. Inhale, ground down into that left foot. Lift your right leg up as high as you can towards the ceiling, lifting it up straight. And then you can bend into that right knee. Just slowly take those toes over to the left, opening up your hip. Inhale, bring that right foot back up straight. Slowly bring it down to meet your left. And we'll switch sides. Ground down into your right foot. Lift the left leg up. Lift it up high. Keep pressing into your hands. Maybe pull your lower ribs in. And then slowly take those left toes over to the right. Inhale, reach back up. Exhale, slow, bring it down towards your right. Beautiful. Inhale, gaze forward towards your hands again. Step or hop those feet forward. Inhale, look up halfway. Exhale, fold in half. Bend into your knees, reach your arms up, come into your chair. Rounding down into your feet, inhale, straighten those legs, hands to your sides. Can you guys still hear me okay? Give me a thumbs up. Good. It's raining a little bit harder, I wanted to double check. So now we're gonna get started. We're gonna throw in a few balancing poses here this morning. So I want you to ground back down and out into your feet here. Bend your knees, reach those arms up, come back into your chair pose. From your chair pose, ground down into that left foot. Inhale, reach the right knee up as high as you can toward your right shoulder. Ground down into that left foot, bring that right knee in, bring it in a little bit closer if you can. Exhale, we're gonna tip forward, take your hands forward as you reach your right foot out and your hands out in front of you. Continue to pull those lower ribs in, reach through your right toes, reach your arms out. Inhale, come all the way back up, bring that right knee in as close as you can. Exhale, reach it out. On your last breath here, slowly bend into that left knee, take the right foot down onto the mat, come into your warrior two. You need to make your stance wider, go ahead and adjust however you need to. Keeping your shoulders soft, bending into that left knee. From here, reverse your warrior, drop that right arm down your right leg, reach up through your left fingertips. And when you reach up, really open up that left side of your body. Inhale, bring it all the way back. Exhale. Tipping into a side angle pose, we're going to drop that left hand to the inside of our left foot. Reach your right arm straight up towards the ceiling. Continuing to open up that shoulder, flip your right palm, bend your elbow, bring that hand back behind you. Keep using those legs. Your legs are your foundation here. Pressing that left foot forward, right foot back. Helps you connect with your core. Inhale, bring that right arm back up straight. Use your legs, bring your core all the way up, and exhale. Let's step up to the top of the mat here. So we're gonna ground down into this left foot. We're gonna step up to the top of the mat, but that right knee is gonna go right back up to the shoulder. Then I want you to extend that right foot out straight in front of you and start lowering into that left knee. So we're just gonna bend into that left knee as much as we can. Hold here, reach that right foot out. Inhale, come back up. Good. Right knee comes up. Exhale, lower it down. Beautiful. Let's do a sun salutation in between that. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, take and fold forward. Inhale, look up halfway. Exhale, fold, hands to the mat, step or hop those feet back. Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Gaze forward towards your hands, step or hop those feet forward. Inhale, look up halfway. Exhale, fold. Bend deep into those knees, reach your arms up. Exhale. Keep that right knee bent softly. Bring that left knee up as you straighten through your right leg. Hold here. Keep lifting that left knee in as close as you can. Hands to your sides. Just when you think you've gotten that knee in as close as you can, bring it a little bit closer. And exhale, reach that left foot out, reach your fingers out. And your hands can go out straight, or they can always reach back if you want to test your balance on this side. Inhale, bring it all the way back up. Maybe that left foot touches, maybe it doesn't. Whatever works for you this morning. Inhale one more time, reach that foot out. On that last exhale, start softening into that right knee. Take that left foot back behind you. Open up into your warrior two. If you need to widen your stance a little bit, go ahead. Exhale, reverse your warrior, drop the left arm down the left leg, reach up through your right fingertips. Again, opening up that whole right side of the body. Check in with that side body. Inhale, float the arms back through. Warrior two. Exhale, right into your side angle pose. Drop that left arm to the inside of your left foot, or your right foot, I'm sorry. And the left arm reaches up towards the ceiling. Bend into that elbow, take that arm behind your back. Inhale, reach the left arm back up towards the ceiling. Take an exhale, ground down into those feet. Connect with your core, bring yourself all the way up. Warrior two. And take a big step up to that right foot. As you step up to the right foot, bring that left knee in. Take the left leg out straight. Good. Left leg out straight. We're going to softly bend into that right knee. Bend in as much as you can. Try to keep that left leg out straight. Just testing our balance here, grounding down into our feet. Inhale all the way up. Exhale, release your leg. Take a second, shake out either leg, relax those legs. Bring those feet back together. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, look up halfway. Exhale, fold, hands to the mat. See if you can't hop those feet back, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. From your downward facing dog here, ground down into that left foot, reach the right toes up towards the ceiling. Same thing that we started with, bend into that right knee, softly open those toes over to the left. As you're opening up those toes over to the left, see if your right hand doesn't become light onto your mat. If it does, we're gonna go over into a wild thing. So just slowly take that toe over, lift the hand up, the toe drops down onto the mat. You open up your chest, reach your right arm back, shift your hips up and forward. Connect with your core again, because we gotta go all the way back. Hand comes down first, lift that right foot back up, and exhale into your downward facing dog. We'll switch over to the left side, ground down into that right hand, lift the left leg up. Softly bend into that left knee, take the toes over to the right. Just lifting that knee, opening up your hips, and then slowly press down into that right hand. Start lifting the left arm up. Take it over into a wild thing. Lift your hips, open up your chest. Exhale, bring the hand back down onto the mat. Lift that left leg back up high. Exhale, downward facing dog. Gaze forward towards your hands. Step or hop the feet forward towards your hands. Take the toes out towards the corner edges of your mat, your heels in close. Come and sink into a little squat. If you can, take your hands into prayer. And just notice where there's space, where it's tight. Your lower back is still tight. Drop those sit bones down towards the mat a little bit more. Try to open up that space in your lower back. If your hip is tight, or you're feeling a little restriction in any area in your leg, lean into that, breathe into that space. Exhale, take your hands down onto the mat. lift up into like a little frog type hop here. So you might need to straighten your hips up towards the ceiling and bend back into those knees, but I want you to take your elbows underneath of your knees. So we're just having fun here, guys. Keep an open mind. I can't see your facial expressions, so we're just gonna do this. So bring those elbows underneath of your knees, and you're trying to get your knee as close to your armpit as you can. And if you have that here in this little squat, press down into your hands and start leaning forward into your hands. Bringing that weight forward into your hands. And even if you know how to do a crow, I want you just to work on these little exercises to get some strength in your hands. Once you feel comfortable here, your fingers are wide, your finger pads are pressing down into the mat. I want you to see if you can't press into those hands and lift one foot and then the other. And if you lift both feet, try to lift your hips and lift your feet again. And then you try to straighten your arms. Coming into a crow. Yeah, good job. From your crow pose, if you want to try to hop back or just step back, come into a chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. From your downward facing dog, step those feet back up towards your hands. Sink into a bend into your knees. Bring your hands to heart center, come up into a chair. From your chair pose, keep grounding down and out into your feet. Squeeze those knees together, sink your hips down. We're gonna come into a twist here, taking your right elbow down towards your left thigh. Pressing those prayer hands together, opening up your chest. Still sinking those sit bones down towards the mat or straight back behind you. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, switch sides. Pull those lower ribs in, press those hands together, squeeze your chest and your back. Inhale, come back up. Exhale, take a forward fold. Heel toe those feet hip width apart. Grab onto opposite elbows, let your whole upper body hang here. Shake your head, yes or no, relax your legs. Maybe bend into one knee or the other. Creating some space. Let the hands hang heavy down towards the mat. Inhale, roll slowly all the way back up. Reach your hands up towards the ceiling once you come up straight. Exhale, the hands to the sides. Take the feet back together. Good. Grounding down again into your left foot. Lift that right knee up towards your shoulder. Lift it up nice and high. Take your right foot out straight. Reach it out straight in front, reaching through those right toes, trying to lift that leg up as much as you can. And then open that leg out to the right. Exhale, tip over, keep reaching that foot out to the right, and then bring it back behind you. Lifting it out straight. Exhale, if you can, slowly fold these hands forward down towards the left foot. You can just be up on your fingertips. or you can just fold slightly, or your whole hand can be on the mat. And you can keep folding over top of that left straight leg. From here, it doesn't really matter where your right foot goes. You can keep reaching that right foot up towards the ceiling, or you can just keep it out straight. On your last exhale, take an inhale halfway, place that right foot just about 3 feet behind your left foot. Keep both legs straight. Inhale, lengthen through the top of your head, and take a fold over top of your left straight leg, coming into a pyramid pose. In your pyramid pose here, you want to continue lengthening through the top of your head so your spine stays long. And you want to reach your sit bones or your tailbone back towards the wall behind you so that you're keeping your hips level and straight. Inhale, look up halfway. Take an exhale. We're going to try one more side plank here. So I want you to take a little step back with that right foot. Press down into your left hand. Lift your left foot up and just bring it on top of that right thigh. So right above your right knee, and lift your right hand up. Just a little balancing, fun. Exhale, take that hand back down and switch sides. Don't switch sides. Step forward towards your hands. Look up halfway. Exhale, fold. Sink and bend into those knees. Reach your arms up. Exhale, straight legs. Beautiful. I feel like we need to try that again just to perfect it, but we'll do it on the other side first. So ground down into your right foot first. Lift that left leg up straight. Lift the left leg up straight. Reach through those left toes. Trying to keep the left leg parallel to the floor, but it doesn't really matter. I know our legs can be heavy. And then open that leg out to the left. And then start to reach it back as you fold forward, just so that you're parallel to the mat. Reach those hands back. And then gently, as you exhale, fold over top of your right leg. Lift your left leg up. If you want to keep it out straight, that's fine. If you want to use those muscles in your hip to reach that leg up as you fold more over top of your right leg. And then whenever you're ready, exhale, just place that left foot about 3 feet behind your right. Turn the left foot in, reach the tailbone back towards the wall behind you, fold over top of your right straight leg. Pyramid pose. Inhale, look up halfway. Now I'm not going to be facing you for this one, but press down into your right hand. Bring your left foot onto the mat and see if you can't lift that right foot up and bring it into a little triangle on your leg. You can always kick that right foot out for a falling triangle to open up, or you can bring it back. Whenever you're ready, step back, downward facing dog. We'll work on that again next week. Take some big breaths. Clear that space out. Shake your hips side to side. Inhale, look up. Look forward towards your hands. Place your knees down onto the mat. Bring your hands to your waist. Come up so that you're balanced on your shins. We're just going to press those hands down into our lower back, shift your hips forward to open up your chest. Just coming into a camel prep. We're not going to go into full camel today. We're just going to open up into the space in our front of our bodies. We've done a lot of side body work here. So we want to continue opening up into the front. I want you to shift those hips forward. Feel some extra space in your rib cage and your chest. Hands on your waist. If it feels comfortable on your throat and your neck, you can take the head back. Whenever you're ready, inhale, come all the way back up. And we're just going to do that 2 more times. Shifting the hips forward, opening up your chest, opening up the front of your body as your head drops back. Inhale, come up. And exhale. Take 1 more whenever you're ready. Inhale all the way up. And exhale. Beautiful. Take and sink the sit bones down towards your heels. Try to see if you can't open up those quads here. If your knees are out a little bit wider than each other, that's fine, or you can try to bring them in a little bit closer. But just sitting here in this hero pose. Keep your spine up nice and tall and long. Again, pull that lower belly in so that you can feel as if you're sinking that sit bones down towards the mat a little bit more. Just take a moment to get re-grounded, re-centered. And from here, take your right hand down into the mat, next to your right leg. Come up onto your right shin, and then reach that left foot out. The left foot can be down onto the mat. Lift your left arm up, coming into this modified side plank star pose. And then we're gonna lift our left leg. Lift that left leg up. You should feel your left glute working. Balancing on that right shin, right knee. And then bend into that left knee. Take the hand back. See if you can't grab a hold of that left foot. If you can grab a hold of your left foot, just kick that hand into your foot, foot into your hand to open up that side body. Inhale, reach the hand up. Reach that foot back out. See if you can't lift it up parallel. That really gets into that IT band and glute. Exhale, lower it down. Slowly make your way back to center. Take a rest. We're going to switch sides. Left hand goes down onto the mat. Lift up onto your left shin so the right leg comes out. The right foot can be down onto the mat. You're going to lift that right arm up towards the ceiling. And see if you can't lift the right leg. Feel it in your glute, your side body. Lift that leg. These are little muscles we don't use all the time. Bend into that right knee. Reach back toward your right foot if you can catch it. And then kick the hips forward. Take the toes back into your hands. Inhale, reach and unravel. Lift that leg up. Exhale, lower it down. And come back. Back into your hero pose. Beautiful. Give a smile. It's not that bad. Take your feet back out. Downward facing dog for 1 breath. Just to transition back to a seated position on your mat. Come into that seated position on your mat. I'm gonna face you guys here. We just opened up these deep little muscles in our hips. So we're gonna continue with those stretches. I want you to take your right ankle on top of your left knee. This is called log pose or seated pigeon pose because we're getting deep into that hip flexor on your right side. So right ankle goes right on top or just past your left knee. You're trying to stack those shins on top of each other, so they're going to be right parallel to each other. Good. And as you can see, I have a lot of space here between my knee and my left leg. That's okay. This might be enough of a stretch for you just to sit up tall and hold your legs like this. Or if you want to get a little extra stretch in that right hip, you can slowly fold forward. Just breathe into that space in your hip. We just contracted those muscles, using them to lift that leg. And now we're stretching them back out, which helps create more space. Inhale, come back up. Take an exhale. We're going to make these knees a little bit tighter if you can. See if you can't really just stack those knees on top of each other. Like you're sitting cross-legged. Again, take another breath. Adjust your hips a little bit and sit up taller. Both sit bones are not going to be on the mat here, and that's fine. If you want to bring your feet back closer, bend those knees a little bit more, you can. That's totally optional. Take the arms out in front of you. Bring your left elbow into your right elbow pit. Double cross your arms into eagle arms, or hands right next to each other. Either way is fine. You're still opening up those shoulders, but gently reach your fingertips up towards the ceiling and draw your shoulder blades down your back. Pull those lower ribs in again, sit up taller, lift through your fingertips, relax the shoulders. Exhale, release your arms, take them back behind you, interlace those fingers once again, open up your chest, gaze up towards the ceiling. Exhale, relax. Switching sides, you can pick that right leg up, help it off of your left. Take the right leg on the bottom here. And if you need to straighten your legs out and go back into this pose, that's fine. So you're going to take that left ankle just past your right knee. You want the shins to try to be stacked on top of each other evenly. You don't want one foot tucked in and not the other. You want them stacked on top of each other. And one side might be easier than the other side. It might be harder than the other side. Same thing here, sit up tall first. If you want a little extra stretch, you can start to fold forward slowly, stretching into that left hip. That left glute goes right into the attachment of your hip. Inhale, come all the way back up slowly. Make those knees a little bit tighter. Start bringing those feet back and crossing the knees. You can do this the best way that you can, or you can always just sit crisscross on your mat. Bring your arms up in front of you. This time the right elbow goes into your left elbow pit, double crossing your arms into eagle arms or backs of the hands together. Either way is fine. Pull those lower ribs in again, lift up through your fingertips. Draw your shoulder blades down your back. Exhale, release your arms, reach them back behind you once again, interlace. Open up your chest, take a big gaze up towards the ceiling. Exhale, release. Pick that left leg up, bring it off of your right, roll out onto your mat. Lift yourself up into a downward facing dog just for a transition here. Exhale, step forward or hop through and sit down. Back down onto your mat. We're gonna lie all the way down onto our backs here. I want you to bring the soles of the feet together and the knees out to the sides. But hold on to the soles of the feet or to the backs of your feet. And keep taking those knees out to the side. While you're lying down here, feel as though you're pressing your lower back into the mat. Relax your shoulders. Just a comfortable, supported, lying down stretch. If the soles of the feet don't come all the way together, that's perfectly fine. You can even hold on to your ankles or your shins. This just helps support your lower back, pressing the sit bones or the lower sacrum down and back into the mat. And relax your hands to your sides, lift your legs out into a wide V. Just give your inner thighs a couple of breaths. Feel as if you have big bowling balls on your toes so that you can open up those legs a little bit more. Just let them sink. Bring the legs up together, toes up towards the ceiling. Your back is completely flat on the mat. And slowly bring the soles of the feet down onto the mat. And you want to reach down and see if you can't just barely touch your heels. And then maybe walk the heels out away from your fingers, just a touch. You're going to ground down into your feet here and lift up into a bridge pose. So just lift those hips up. If you can tuck your shoulders underneath of your lower or your upper back. If you want to interlace your fingers to open up the chest and the shoulders a little bit more, you can. Just taking one normal, easy bridge pose here. And exhale, lower down. And then continuing to open up those hips. We're going to start with the right hip. I want you to press down into your feet again, lift your waist up. You can plant the hands down onto the mat here. I want you to ground down into your left foot, lift that right foot up towards the ceiling if you can. And then bring the ankle on top of your left thigh. Keep lifting your hips up. You should feel a little stretch right above your hip, right above your right hip. Inhale, reach that right leg back up. Exhale, bring it down onto the mat. We're just going to switch sides, press into your right foot, lift your left leg up. Kick those hips up. If you can, press your hands into the mat for balance. And then take the left ankle on top of the right thigh. Open the knee out to the side like a 4. And lift your hips up a little bit higher. Inhale, lift that leg. Exhale, lower down. Bring it all the way back down. Bring the knees in toward your chest. Give them a hug. Rock side to side. Hugging that right knee in close, send the left leg out straight. You can let the left leg hover above the mat or relax it down onto the mat. Continuing to hold that right knee in close. If you haven't already, relax that left leg down. We're just going to open that right knee out to the right. So you can bring your right hand on top to the inner thigh of your right leg and just try to open up that space there. Bring the right knee back in. Take it across the left. So the left hand goes to the outer thigh of that right leg and just start dropping that leg across. You can relax your foot. But you're trying to keep your shoulders on the mat here. Bring that leg back to center. Exhale, pick it up straight towards the ceiling, and exhale, slowly lower it down to meet your left. And just shake that right leg side to side. Bring your left leg in close. Wrap your arms around your left leg, bring it in as close as you can. Inhale, just release halfway. Take the left hand to the inner thigh of that left leg and just open it out to the left. Bring that left leg back to center. Take your right hand to the outside of that left thigh and bring it across. Same thing, shoulders stay onto the mat if they can. Just feel that nice stretch in your left hip. Inhale, bring it back. Exhale, lift that left leg up towards the ceiling, lift it up high, and slowly bring the leg back down. Shake that left leg side to side. Allow both hips to relax. And I want you to close your eyes and just think about your body lying here on the mat. Allowing yourself to do a scan of your whole body. And really be honest with yourself and take notice if there's anything more you could do. Anything else you could do to make your body feel better. And in this moment that you're checking in, if you want to throw in a shoulder stand, a headstand, any extra inversion, or maybe a back bend for your upper back, whatever you feel as though your body might need, I want you to take a few moments to add that in here. Whenever that pose feels settled or rested, making your way down to meet us in Shavasana. Just lying down, making yourself comfortable. Allow your facial muscles to relax. And allow that sensation to go all the way over your body. Your whole body relaxes. And I want you to take your awareness to your heart space. I want you to take a moment to think about everything that you love. Think about everything that you love doing, every person that you love, everything that you love. Bottle all of that up right there in your heart space. And then I want you to start thinking about everybody that needs that love. Sending that all around. Each one of us has a lot of love to give. So just take a moment to surrender all of those feelings that don't align with love. And whenever you're ready, start bringing some awareness back into your body. Shake your head side to side. Start allowing yourself to move and wake up. Bringing your knees in toward your chest. shaking side to side and coming up to a seat whenever you're ready. Bring your hands together. The light in me honors the light in you, as the light in you honors the light in me. Namaste. Thank you all for joining. I'll unmute you if you want to talk. I think we lost somebody at some point. Okay.
Namaste, everybody.
Namaste. Thanks for joining in, guys.
Thank you.
Next week, same schedule, same links as this week. They're all the same.
Okay.
And I might add in a class at some point, but I'll email.
Thank you.
Have a good Saturday, guys.
You too.
Too.
Bye, all.
Bye.